Today's episode of New Jersey Living will feature our first 55 and older community here in New Jersey. I'm standing in front of 7 Spader Way. This is in a development called Canal Walk in Franklin, New Jersey. Franklin, New Jersey is one of those really unique towns. We're going to get into this a little later. Goes by Franklin and Somerset, but we'll touch base on that a little later. But this is Canal Walk, one of multiple 55 and older communities here in this section of New Jersey. So I'm going to pan up just a little bit so you get a better profile of the property. As you may be able to see right here in the sign, this is one of my listings, and we're also going to be able to get into a little discussion about sale prices and what the market is bearing right now. Here we are in August of 2022, and at this particular property we're about to close on in just a few days. So I'm gonna take a walk through so you'll be able to see the property live. We have photos obviously as well. We'll flash some of those up, but we will take a walkthrough of the property, and we also will focus in on amenities, what it provides anyone who's looking for a 55 and older type of community, and what does that mean? What are the stipulations on that? So all of that right here in this episode. So stick with us to get the details, and stick around to the end when we actually get over to the clubhouse, which is a really fascinating aspect of this community style of living. All right, so stick with me. Let's start the ride now. Welcome to New Jersey Living. If you are interested in learning all there is to know about living in, moving to, relocating to New Jersey, this is the channel for you. So whether you're looking to make a move, be it buying a home, selling a home in the next week or the next several months, by all means, reach out to me. I would be happy to share my insights on the market. All of my contact information is right here below. So folks just like you, reach out to me by email, text, and a phone call routinely, looking for just insights or opportunities to come and view some homes, look for opportunities to buy or sell right here in New Jersey, specifically the suburbs of New York City. My name is Corey Jones, and I am a real estate agent with Compass Real Estate, and this right here is one of my listings. So I'm just going to pan around this. As I mentioned earlier, this particular community is a 55 and older community. This particular one is Canal Walk. You get a pan of a little bit of this particular block on Spader Way. This is a single family, as you probably can notice. Take observation yourself. Single family style dwelling. Canal Walk, like many 55 and older communities throughout this particular town, have a variety of options. There'll be a condo option, there'll be a townhouse option, there'll be a single family option. This is an HOA community, so there are fees that are paid. The fees in this particular case are $295 a month, which I think is phenomenal considering all of the landscaping. So when I say landscaping, I'm talking lawn maintenance, not specifically the shrubs and what have you that you see up front. That's kind of custom to this particular owner. But the landscaping, as you can see throughout the block, is maintained by the HOA. Water bill is included into that, and all of the amenities at the clubhouse, which you need to stick around and see for yourself. We're going to take a stop there after we take a look inside. So this is all included in the maintenance of the entire development. All right, so we're going to walk through so you'll get a feel for what the interior is like. This particular property is a 2-bedroom, 2 full bath. It was listed at $570, sold at $575, and we had an accepted offer, I want to say maybe 8 days for this particular property. Once we go inside, take a look around, I'm going to get into more specifics about the marketing of this specific property as it pertains to where we listed at, where we sold at, and how it compares to other units of the same model in this development. So let's take a look inside now. Let us begin. Upon entry into this particular home, as you can see, it is vacant. Owner has relocated now. This opens up to both a living and dining area. This initial area, sunglasses here. Initial area was a living room. The furniture obviously was your basic, couch kind of set that opened up directly to the dining room. Now, as you can see, the dining chandelier did go with the owner, but the concept towards the front of the home is very much an open living and dining type of setup. The next space, again, staying with that open concept. Kitchen, you can see that there are granite countertops. These are not standard to the unit. This does reflect an upgrade. So the granite and the cabinetry and at least the stainless steel that you can see, the refrigerator would have been original. But the stainless steel appliances would have been upgrades as well. Handing over to my right comes into the area that's more of kind of like your auxiliaries, in that you have garage entrance, laundry, you have bathroom, that number 2, or the common bathroom, and bedroom number 2. And through the laundry room is the 2-car garage, which is legitimately 2 spaces and room for storage. All right, coming back in, coat closet right here, right in front of me. This, coming back into the kitchen area, opens up to family room and a sunroom. Sunroom in this particular case was an add-on to this model, as was the double-sided fireplace. So we can see the sunroom on the backside. Piano is about to get picked up in a few hours, actually. But you can see double-sided, and the mantle is a custom wood design. And we see 2 other doors. One is hot water heater. The other is sort of like a pantry linen closet. And then we have the master. Tray ceiling design, as you can see. Master was a sizable bedroom, 2 walk-in closets on each side along the walkway into master bath that has shower and jetted tub, dual vanity, as you can see here. Total square footage for the property, 1,867 in total. So, starting with the topic of list price. This particular unit is called the Berkeley. Like many developments, be it townhouse, be it condo, or communities that have strictly even single family homes, there tend to be models. There may be 3, there may be 5, there may be 10. In this case, there are a number of models for all 3 categories: condo, townhouse, and single family. This is the smaller category of the single family dwellings, and this particular model is the Berkeley. Now, prior to this sale, the highest price Berkeley in the recent market, and I mean recent by 6 months, the highest sale was about maybe $529. So we listed at $570. It was a very bold and aggressive move, but the difference that made the list price and sell price in this particular case were the upgrades. So if you've been watching some of my episodes prior to this one, you've noticed I've made comments on how the market has slowed down. However, for properties with upgrades or that were very, very recently upgraded, newly renovated, or meticulously maintained, even meticulously maintained, the upgrades needed to be somewhat recent. All right. In this case, these are hardwood mahogany floors. Just to peer back, you've already seen the walkthrough of the property, but these floors are hardwood, not laminate, not engineered, hardwood mahogany throughout the entire house, with the exception of the 2 bathrooms. That was one unique aspect. The other properties, some have laminate flooring, some have some tile and then carpet, but the mahogany were significant standouts. All right, so the owner invested over $25,000 in making this upgrade when he made it. The other is the kitchen, as I referenced before. The kitchen, as you can see behind me, there's granite countertops, and Formica was standard, as well as the cabinetry was upgraded. And in this case, we had the add-on feature of the sunroom and the double-sided fireplace. So these were some unique features that are unlike any other model in this development. So we priced this listing $40,000, even with the market slowing down, priced it $40,000 above the highest sale. All right, so didn't last very long. We had actually two offers. One offer came in closer to ask, but another offer came in shortly after that trumped that one with even more attractive terms. So we went with that one. So this just gives you an idea that if you are in the market or considering jumping into the market and you are not too sure about where the pricing of your home is, it's going to be relative to the upgrades that you have, and of course location, but your upgrades do matter. Fortunately, in Compass's case, which we did not have to use in this scenario, we do have Compass Concierge that can be a zero cost factor in terms of out-of-pocket costs to do those upgrades, and the expenses just come out of proceeds, which no doubt causes the home to sell higher and to sell faster. So by all means, give me a call so we can talk about that if that's something that you're considering. So this again reflects not your standard scenario for this development. This will be the highest selling Berkeley unit by far once we close on Thursday. We're now on site at the community, really the central location for the community clubhouse. The outdoor section is quite impressive, but before we jump into all of that, I want to get into a couple items about 55 plus communities. There are two more frequent locations that come up when it comes to owners looking for, buyers looking for a 55 and older option. Franklin is one, and Monroe Township, which is certainly deeper into central Jersey, closer to Princeton, is another. Monroe has substantial options in terms of communities. There's several 55 and olders there. Franklin has a good amount here as well. Franklin is still kind of on the edge of that central Jersey, really more central Jersey than it is northern, honestly. But relative close proximity. So if we're going according to the big three, which I always throw up when I'm doing features on different communities, Franklin, it does not have the train station. We're neighboring, this town is neighboring to New Brunswick. That does, but no train here. And for a drive, it's going to be just beyond an hour to get to Midtown. So it's not that true northern Jersey suburb, more central. So can't give check marks there. And the schools they're more in the middle. Their grading is not poor by any means, but again, this is not one of those featured districts that you find, as in the case with Princeton, if you've seen my Princeton episode. So here, this particular community, like all of them, have age requirements for other occupants of the home. Obviously, it's 55 plus. So if you are the buyer, you have to be age 55. In Canal Walk, where we are right now, it requires the second occupant to be at least the age of 19. There are other developments that require the second occupant to be 48. So it's important to know the specifics of the 55 and plus if it's a younger family member that still lives with you. Or if it's a scenario where you may be 55, but maybe a spouse is 45, right? So there's some communities that will have restrictions on that kind of dynamic, but that's not the case here at Canal Walk. Here, another unique feature here I mentioned a little earlier, that sometimes you hear Somerset, sometimes you hear Franklin. Somerset is the unincorporated locality here in Franklin. Franklin Township is the official name, so the township itself, Franklin Township, the fire department, police, schools, all that will go by Franklin, but locally you'll still hear Somerset a lot, and that is synonymous. with Franklin, but that's unincorporated, similar to some cases that we've talked about in my other episodes, particularly when we talked about Woodbridge. All right, so here, I've panned around. You've seen, if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna go ahead and pan around, show you the pan shot. This particular spot where I am right now, I'm dead center of the tennis courts, pickleball, putt-putt golf, shuffleboard. The community pool is here. There's multiple pools here. This is the largest one. And inside, I'm going to flash some pictures up of the interior. There is a billiards room. There's a library. There's a theater room. There's a cards room. And again, indoor pool, if I didn't say that already. It's a lot to offer here that is full of activities and schedules for the community throughout the week. All right, so this is something that is definitely going to be features and options that you want to look for in any 55 and older community. Another facet that you'll often see is shuttle buses that will take residents to the local shopping centers, grocery stores, sometimes even to the city. So these type of options that will make it convenient for those who are 55 and older don't necessarily have to drive themselves to go to a certain location. There are all mixes of really ages still here. I mean, you have, as you would imagine, someone age 55, and honestly, I'm creeping up there myself. I'm not too far from it. You have a very active, mid and late 50s, early 60s, very active, and then you have some more senior into their, 80s and maybe even 90s. So you still do have a bit of a mix in these communities. But this is one where you can see for yourself, as you've already seen with the various amenities, is a very, very attractive option. Price points range from the mid 400s for your condo options all the way up into 700s when we're talking the larger single families. So again, a variety of budgets can be right here in this place, and it is gated. So anyone who comes into the community has to come through and be admitted through a security gate. And even the clubhouse here, just pan around a little bit, there has to be a swipe in key fob to have access to the community center. So security is relatively tight in this particular spot. So this is, again, what I consider to be a very, very nice feature for any kind of 55 and older community. If it's something that you are considering for yourself, by all means, again, all my contact information is here. Reach out to me. And if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to click like, subscribe, and notification bell to stay aware of our upcoming episodes that we're going to be covering throughout the northern section of New Jersey. So thanks for coming along to the ride. Be safe.